Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. Today, we are going to be opening up with Raiders of Blackveil. So this is a kind of Hades style dungeon crawler game where you level up your abilities, kind of similar to League. You have like the equivalent of a QWER, R being like your big ultimate, big hit attack. And you get kind of loot drops with different like gear sets, kind of like, if you're playing an MMO or something like that. And it's a roguelike, but you have opportunities kind of throughout your dungeon run to send gear and things like that back to your home base so that if you do die, you don't lose that stuff. There's like a limited amount that you can send back, so you kind of have to think about what you care about the most. But full disclosure, I have played this a little bit this week because I decided I wanted to play it early on in the week. And then I got very excited about the idea and I saw someone playing it and I was like, God damn, it looks fucking cool. So I played it a little bit. So I have a little bit of experience in it now. But let's kick this off. You can kind of see what it looks like. Now there are 4 different characters that you can play as. One's kind of like a stereotypical melee bruiser tank. One is ranged DPS. This little toad guy is like an assassin, and then they have a healer, which brings me to kind of my next point here, is that this is also, you can play it co-op. I think up to 3 people. So if you've got 3 friends or anything like that, one of you can be a healer if you want. But yeah, these are the classes. This is the big melee guy, obviously. You can kind of see what all their abilities do here too. Each one also has a dash, but also a passive. I think I haven't played this character at all, and I only played this one during the tutorial because this is the one you have to play during the tutorial. This one is a lot of fun. Seems very strong, especially in comparison to the other ones that I have tried. This one definitely seems the strongest out of all of them. Have not played this one though, just because a lot of the stuff seemed, maybe more geared towards healing. I didn't know how they would do in like a 1v1 situation. Hey, Mafia. Fingers crossed using Edge won't crash your game. You're playing No Man's Sky with friends and having Chrome open crashes. Oh, no. I also hope it doesn't crash then. And if it does, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I ruined your game. Wait. Having 15 of that 16 gigs dedicated to Chrome doesn't seem reasonable? I don't understand. So let's let's play one match with Jamira so you can kind of see what it's like, and then I'm gonna try out Beatrice after that because I haven't actually tried Beatrice at all yet. I also didn't change. All right. Bam. All right. So you can kind of see too. All your characters have kind of a shared stash inventory area where you can drop items as you pick them up. But they have their own kind of unique, the stuff that you actually equip on them. You can't have it equipped on multiple people at the same time, I'm pretty sure at least. But let's, oh yeah, and then as you come back, sometimes you'll find scrolls, and you can put the scrolls in here and you can unlock new abilities. I mentioned this had kind of like Hades style combat. It also has Hades styles kind of like perk system. So, in Hades, at the end of, each floor, you would unlock something like a god perk, right? Where you would choose a god and then you'd get a special ability based on which god you picked. It's the same in this, except instead of a god, it's just a kind of like a class archetype, kind of like a D&D class. By default, you have, mage, assassin, tank, and priest. And then over time, you can collect 45 seconds fast doesn't seem like too much until you're watching it count down. Oh no. Yeah, you can unlock subclasses like paladin, yeah, warrior, warlock, which is a ton of fun. And then I forget what the last one is. We'll see it as soon as we start the run, though. And then you can also upgrade, buy some upgrades here. This essentially works kind of like the mirror in Hades, where you're kind of buying upgrades for future runs. I'm kind of saving up for this one right now, but it requires me beating the boss another 4 times, because that's the only thing that drops that item. So, oh, and then last thing. You can always come out here, too, to kind of practice. If you're trying a new class out, you can kind of see what their abilities do. But, let's go into a run. So for the demo, only the meat factory, I think, is unlocked here. There's a few other kind of restrictions in the demo. You'll see that, like, there's going to be a couple times where we come across the opportunity to fight, like, a mini-boss. And for the demo, there's only one mini-boss, so you'll fight the same mini-boss every time. When the game actually comes out, I would assume there's going to be a lot more mini-bosses there. There's also only one boss in the demo, too. But you can, yeah, this will at least give you an idea of, like, what the game's all about. You can try any of the difficulties that you want here, too. As you choose one of these, you'll see, like, the odds of getting certain type of equipment go up or down. I'm not entirely sure what exactly the percentages are, because Epic seems like a really high percentage on Bandit, and it definitely does not drop that amount. It drops mostly common and uncommon and a bit of rare, so I'm really not 100% sure. You can also drag this up to raise the difficulty, and that'll kind of change the gear that's dropped. But again, I don't know how seriously to take these percentages. I feel like maybe they're not exactly accurate. But let's kick it off. Alright, so I have upgrades that let you level up a few times right when you start here. So I'm going to level this bad boy up. So this kind of marks a big circle of fire on the ground, and if I'm inside the circle, then my crit chance goes up. And then we'll do this one. This is kind of my offensive ability. Takes some time to actually drop. It's kind of like a Vagar comet, almost. And then as soon as I move, it'll spawn enemies. And you move around with WASD. Sometimes you'll encounter chests here. A lot of the time they're locked, and you need a key to open them, but some of them are unlocked, and some will even give you keys. So bandages are important. You can see my health total down here. As you take damage, you'll kind of passively heal back up to full health after you finish a level. But if you take enough damage, you take what's called wound damage. So your health bar essentially goes down like this and fills up with gray here, and then you can't heal past that unless you use something like a bandage that heals injury damage. And I did mention subclasses, taking a look at this. So Mage, Priest, Assassin, Guardian are your main classes, and then you can unlock Druid, Warlock, Monk, and Warrior, kind of subclasses. And if you do play this with friends, a cool thing is if you get up to, I think, level 2 in any connected classes, it'll unlock a duo perk here that you can, if you're playing with friends, can kind of be a benefit for both of you. Yeah, let's kick this bad boy off. Okay, so Priest and Assassin. I like both of these a lot. the first perk you choose, because this is an upgrade that I had purchased before. I get to choose two perks instead of one. And as soon as you get 2 perks in a single class, you gain a passive benefit forever, you know, for the rest of this run for that class. So I will either, whenever I use my Q, or sorry, not my Q, whenever I use my left shift, it'll bless me and nearby allies. The assassin one is my attacks have a 25% chance to throw a poison dagger, which you can kind of see. Can you see what bless does here? Oh, there we go. Increased damage if next to attacks by 60%. I'm probably going to do poison dagger on this one because I auto attack a lot. Special causes attack to apply poison for 2 seconds, so my special is my Q. And that's pretty good. Gain 10% crit or on kill throw 1 poison dagger. I'm gonna go the 10% crit. This is also pretty useful because there's a lot of like small mobs, so a lot of the times you'll end up getting a lot of kills, but I think with the bonus to my crit chance with the Q, this is more effective. Alright, and now I get that passive. And if I now level up either Guardian or Priest or Monk or Warrior, then, you know, there's another linked kind of passive here. And just like Hades, you have the option of kind of what reward you're essentially fighting for in the next stage. Scrap is used back at your home base to buy things from the shop. Glitter is used at your home base to buy kind of permanent upgrades for your next runs, which we'll do now. Hazard. See, so this is one of the treasure chests with a key. There are more ornate treasure chests. I'm not actually positive if more ornate treasure chests are like guaranteed to have better stuff in them. I've just kind of been assuming it, so I kind of ignore these if I only have 1 key. I don't have any key right now, so I don't even have the option of opening it, but turns out Edge is too much. You'll pop the stream open and join it for TFT later. Sounds good, man. Looking forward to having you join. Alright, so this one will give us a new perk. And these early levels, you can see, are pretty easy, and then they scale up in difficulty, and you can choose more difficult matches too. So sometimes you'll have the option of going into like a regular fight or an elite fight for better rewards. I'm pretty sure I like defense grants 1 armor. Yeah, so I'm gonna get some points in Guardian. I do like Guardian too. Everyone gains 2 armor and entering a new stage. Dash throws a stunning hammer. Special has 25% chance to grant 1 armor. So I'm gonna do everyone gains 2 armor when entering a new stage. I only use the Q like once or twice in most stages, so I don't think the 25% chance will leave it out. And armor is always useful because it prevents you from taking damage, which is good, so you won't take injury damage. Scrap or equipment. There's not a ton of good equipment at this difficulty level, I don't think. So it's probably just better to take scrap. I don't think you get a lot of scrap anyway, but it'll be an easy fight, and then as you go deeper in the dungeon, the enemies get harder and harder. Scrap. Oh, that one has no key required, so let's just grab that. We'll get a key from it. Oh, we got black coins. So black coins are coins that you can only spend when you're in the dungeon. So there are stores in the dungeon too, and that's kind of the currency for that. Perk or black coin? I'm gonna go perk. Got like 270 black coins. That's usually good enough to buy a perk by the time you get to a shop. That's the defensive move that this character has. It's kind of like it dashes him backwards and then throws a gust of wind, which pushes enemies back a little bit too. Alright, so we have Warlock or Warrior. I don't really like Warrior when I'm playing this class. Most of the Warrior upgrades pull enemies into you, which you kind of want to avoid on this ranged class. Warlock, on the other hand, has some really good defensive abilities. Heyo Thursday, how's it going? Special summons 2 minions, so defense summons a demon warrior that taunts nearby enemies is nuts. This is very good. Alright, so we finally unlocked our ult. You getting your ranked wins in? Nice. Starting early, huh? You getting them out of the way now so you don't have to play ranked again for the rest of the season. As we can do an unknown, or we can fight an elite, which will get us glitter and equipment. We'll do an elite on this one. I'll do a mystery one on one of them so you can kind of see what those rooms look like. All the elites they're the same enemies that we've kind of fought before, but they all will explode on death now. So you can't stand around after you kill things. There are good people in your tier before it ends up being toxicity later on in the split. That's fair. Nice, this dude's taunted. And they stay taunted for, like, longer than you'd expect, I feel. Killed that guy in midair. Alright, so gloves of the chaplain, not great, whatever. You kind of see. So it gives me cooldown reduction and ability power. Gives me the same amount of ability power as my current one does, but my current one also gives health, burn damage, and ultimate cooldown reduction. Which I didn't use my ultimate in that fight. I'll do an elite to get the bonus and kind of see what the ultimate looks like. The ultimate like dashes to enemies, and then if it kills them, it resets it. Assassin, because warrior sucks. Sure, they don't suck, I just don't like them. Poisoning an enemy has a 15% chance to create a poison explosion. Love it. And we get a level up here. I'm gonna level up my Q. I like having that one always up. I could do this one too, though. Wish I could see what the increase for my crit chance actually is here. Oh, I actually didn't realize that this did damage too. That's pretty neat. Let's do this to have increased duration on the Q. Maybe I'll kind of split the upgrades between those two. We can do cooldown reduction or critical chance black coin. We're gonna do the elites. hitting the wrong button when I need to dash backwards. I never think to hit shift for my stuff, you know? Any treasure chests here? No, that's right. Okay, scrap or unknown. So let's do an unknown on this one, so you can kind of see what that is. This can be like one, I think in the demo, there's like 3 different dungeons this could be, maybe 4. So this is a good one. This one is just a bunch of treasure chests, that's it. There's one where you take injury damage, a certain percentage of injury damage to gain more perks and a stat upgrade. There's one that's kind of like a bunch of slot machines where you can pay the black coins for a chance to get a prize. I've never not gotten a prize when I did those ones, and I don't know if I just got very lucky or if they're coded to always give you a prize. I don't really know exactly how it works, but they're set up like slot machines. Ooh, an iron key. Now, if you encounter a locked chest, we'll be able to open it. Oh, 2 iron keys. Okay, okay. And we got some other gear here. Most of it's common, and that's kind of what you'd expect here. So I'm gonna sell most of it. So what I'm gonna do, another thing in addition to sending things back to base, you can also put things in safe pockets. And anything in your safe pocket, if you die, you'll still have back at your home base. This stuff you all lose if you die. So we want to not die. Let's go to the shop. Let's spend some of these black coins. Okay, assassin, mage, assassin, mage. So this one is an epic assassin. 50% increased damage against bosses. Now there is only one boss in the demo. So this is basically just an increase in damage for that one fight. Offense deals plus 35% damage and applies poison, which is pretty good. Special shoots one. Not interested necessarily in the mage ones right now. You can also buy kind of stat increases here or true heal. If I had taken damage, that'd probably be worth. I'm going to do offense deals 35% damage, applies poison. That'll kind of synergize with our already existing poison explosion stuff, and it'll give us another level in assassin. So any level where I take no damage, I gain an extra 6 attack damage for the rest of the run. And if you don't like the options, you can also re-roll here. I don't ever really do that. Now, the smuggler. This is how we get things back to base, so that we can ensure that we don't lose them if we die. His name is Lay Cargo. So, we're gonna get rid of all of this stuff that we can't even use in the dungeon. We're not going, let's see, get rid of this. These aren't necessarily worth a ton. We're gonna send some bandages back. Put a few in here, and then the black coins in here. I don't think we're gonna need 4 bandages, and bandages are pretty valuable. So we're gonna extract these and move on. And we can fight our mini boss here. died much quicker than I was expecting. I'm curious if he was taking more poison damage than I realized he was. Alright, what did we get? Diamond Amulet of the Shadow. It's an AD item, which you can definitely build them AD, but I'm trying out an AP build. Now we can do True Healing, which if we had taken a lot of injury damage, we would probably want to do, but I haven't, so I'm going to do a regular fight and then increase my max health instead. Max health. We got a treasure chest. We got a level up. Maybe we'll put another point in this one. Swap between these two. Glitter or equipment and movement speed. I guess let's go equipment and movement speed. Movement speed's probably useful for the actual boss. Gotta move around a lot in that fight. Treasure chest. It's a fancy looking treasure chest. Let's open it up. We got pig stew, which is mostly only useful for selling. That's something you can sell for like, what is it, 500? So more useful than these, you know, normal items. Less useful than the uncommon items. Perk or black coin and scrap. I'm gonna go with the perk on this one. I think it's better than both of these. Can't level up our ult again. Let's put one into Guardian so we can have passive. Losing armor, you heal for 30. These are. I'm probably gonna go with this one because I don't really have any heal yet. And since I start each floor with 2 armor, plus now I have the added benefit that my left shift also grants armor. I will be losing it. Alright, shop or black coin. We still have money, so let's shop. And sometimes you'll get dual bonuses here, where they'll give you like a priest plus another one, which are pretty handy. none on this one, though. Healing grants the target 20% damage reduction for 5 seconds. It's definitely potential. Also, look at this guy. He's living the life here. Alright, we are gonna go. Attack has 25% chance to spawn 1 healing missile. I'm gonna actually do this. Can I afford both of them? You know what? I'm gonna get both of them. That'll give me a priest upgrade too. So now I get the defense blesses you and nearby allies. Yeah. That'll be good. And we can smuggle some stuff back to the base. And then we're coming up on the boss. Smuggle these things back. We can smuggle these back. We can smuggle this back. And what is the most valuable thing here? 350, it looks like. Both of them are 350. I will smuggle you back. Hold you here. Extract items, so we're good. Okay, we got another mini boss first. What's that? I think the boss is. Oh, actually, I can probably see how close the boss is up here. Ability power and attack damage. Gives me less ability power. Gives me more health. Gives me more cooldown reduction. And shock damage. I don't really have shock damage or curse damage. I don't know if the bonuses just add a passive amount of that type of damage to your auto attacks or not, or just buff that type of damage when you're doing it. If so, both are kind of not useful. My current ring actually gives me a lot of ability power though, because not only does it give me like the 18.3, it also has plus 22.5 after that, so I'm gonna keep my big ability power ring. I will swap this out because it's worth 825, way more. Go monk or druid. I haven't played around with the druid. I don't really know what kind of bonuses they offer. After dash, remove 3 nearby enemies. Defense creates an area where stars fall on enemies, dealing 50 damage. That might be pretty good because my defense also creates a taunting thing that'll keep all the enemies there. It's difficult for me to know how much damage 50 damage is. Let's see, how does that compare to just, can I see what my auto attack does? I want to click on my encyclopedia maybe? There we go. It doesn't actually say. Oh well. Maybe 50 damage is a lot. Who knows? I don't. Alright, we've got an elite, a super elite. just gives me a ton of scrap. Honestly, I kind of want to do the mystery one here, see if we can get one of the other mystery dungeons, so you can see what that's like. Okay, so this is the one where you pay, essentially, injury damage for a perk, and we have a true healing room coming up, so that's actually great timing for us. So this will do a 2 increased damage stat buff plus an assassin perk. This will do an assassin perk plus fire damage up. This will do a priest perk plus attack speed. We're gonna do this one. Ooh, also it's a legendary one. I forgot to look at the color of it. While having full armor, oh, so this is a guardian and assassin combination. Good to know. When having full armor, gain 100% critical strike damage. I don't know exactly what constitutes full armor. You must have a max amount of armor that you can have. Or maybe it's just... I don't know what the max amount of armor you can have is. Is that in the encyclopedia anywhere? Each plate negates 80% enemy damage, 60% boss damage. Doesn't help. Alright. We could, if we wanted, go for another one here. I don't know. This won't heal us all the way, I don't think, though. So let's go some healing here, see how much it deals. So we took a 60% injury from that one, so let's see what percentage this fills up. Wow, it looks like exactly 60%. That's pretty lucky. So, I mean, that's good to know, too. So I have this little armor icon here. I wonder if that means that I'm full armor right now. And we're at the boss, so... Hopefully it does mean full armor. Hopefully I have a bunch of bonus crit now. Alright, now I don't think you can use these mid-fight. I'll keep one just in case, but I don't think that's how it works. And then 200, 200, 200, yeah, it doesn't really matter between these, I guess. And then we can put these up here in case I die. I'll have a little bit of extra kind of black coin to deal with for my next run. Strength items, and fight the boss. Now, this will be the same boss every time during the demo. As the game gets close to releasing. Get me out of the fire. Fuck. Oh, am I burning to death? Actually, question for me. Okay, I can actually beat a good fight. Maybe I should have held on for it now. Oh god, why is this stuck on my screen now? Oh no. Could you not? Oh no. Oh no, that's not good. I feel like that's probably a bug. I'm not trying to level you up. Please, get off my screen. Oh, exit. Jesus Christ. necessarily deserve to win. Okay, so this is what he drops when you beat him, which the kind of next upgrade we want to the town requires like 5 of these. All right, dash, cooldown, damage reduction, attack speed, poison damage. This gives ability power and health. All right, so let's head back to the home base. You can also run through it again, and it kind of runs through the dungeon again with just like on a higher difficulty, and you get more loot for it. So now that we're back, we can do a few things. Kind of like, you know, drop our items in the stash here. I've been trying to organize these by like set. I feel like when I first started, I thought that there were actually just like, you know, that there was kind of a standard set, but then I noticed that you can get the exact same piece of equipment. Oh no, this is Gladiator. Why did I think those were the same? I guess I just don't have a Chaos one. I'll put these here. Sometimes you'll get the exact same piece of equipment, but they'll have like different stats. So they're definitely not set like I thought they were. And then we can put kind of our other stuff here, and our black blood there. I don't think they let you stack stuff from various runs. I think if I were to have 2 in my inventory and then I get one from the boss, then they would stack on top of each other. There's probably a way to... Can I stack them in my inventory? No. Oh, well. Wonder... Let's see... Nope. No button for that either. That's fine. Alright, we'll take out these gears. We'll hold on to the key. We're gonna sell the other stuff. How you get the stuff back that you extracted is you just talk to this dude and you just drop it all on the ground. So there's probably some improvements that could be made to that process, but... Alright, so we're gonna sell basically everything here that is common. We won't sell this. Drop this stuff off. So we're gonna... Okay. Excuse me. Then we can drop, what is this one? Chest of the Chaplain. Pretty sure I have a Chaplain area. So this is another Chest of the Chaplain, so we can kind of compare these two. 6.3, 6.3. So these actually are exactly the same. They're not always, I'm pretty sure. That means I'm just gonna sell this. And then, let's see, where's our blue one? Naturalist. Do we have any other naturalist stuff here? Okay, I've got gloves at the naturalist. Let's see, health, ability, power. Seems like these are all kind of a combination attack, attack damage plus AP, which is actually probably good for this class, but... Alright, we have Gladiator. These are the same. Okay, so here's an example. This gets 2.1 attack damage versus 2.4, 9.6 health versus 8.1, 7.3 versus 8.8, and then 4.6 critical chance versus 21.7 critical damage. I assume, because they always sell for exactly the same amount, so I assume the stats are kind of like normalized in some way, but they're not always the same for sure. I'm gonna kind of hold on to everything for now, because I don't know what exactly I'm gonna want, because I'm indecisive. And then I can sell, or hold on to some bandages, bring a few you into the next run with me. And sell this stuff. Ah! I feel like half the time... Oh, I see what I did last time. Okay. And now you can also buy stuff from him, too. You can buy keys, you can buy bandages, you can buy weapons. You can also, if you don't have the money for something and you want to buy it later, you can, like, set it on reserve. And you have, like, a set amount of blocks here for that, but... let's see. Cultist. Mystic is probably... good for this one. So, yeah, it gives me a lot more stuff. It does cost 9,000. And I'm not, maybe you guys can see this. I don't know how to tell how much gold I currently have. Like, I don't know where that is listed. I can see how much I have in each stack. But I don't actually see anywhere to see my total gold, unless I'm blind, which could very well be. But I've got like a shit ton of gold in here. One thing I like is that you don't need to have gold in your inventory to buy things, as long as it's like in your chest here. That's fine. How much gold does this upgrade take? 5,000. And this one's 10,000. Okay, let's do, let's see, 350. I have plenty. Let's do merchant. Upgrade here. Can do an upgraded healing room. Why not? Let's do everything. Let's go crazy. And then we can buy that thing. Buy the Sapphire of the Mystic too. Cause it's better. Anything else we want here? Do I have any? I've got like a, I don't have a great armor. Is this better? Doesn't give any ability power. It gives cooldown reduction, ultimate cooldown, defense cooldown. So it is better, but probably just marginally. Attack damage, burn damage, crit strike damage, bleed damage, heavy attack has a 10% chance to stun. And, okay, this has a little lucky stat, 15.5 additional black coin. I mean, that's pretty good. What do I have now? It gives me like an extra 18 ability power, 10 health. This is probably at the very least a good item for the crit-based character. Let's pick it up. We'll save it for that. And we'll see how much of our actual gold is left in our stash. Very little. Alright. Kind of chewed through our gold there, but that's fine. We weren't going to use that for anything. Alright, so I want to do one more run, and honestly I don't think I'm going to make it through on this one, because I don't know how the healer does in like a 1v1 kind of combat situation. I did put all AP stuff on here, so let me just kind of swap this stuff around, and I'll use it on the other character. Alright, I've never used this one before. Sea Blast, so, okay, this is her auto. Roots is her offensive. She shoots roots, damaging and incapacitating enemies, and awakens withered seeds. Okay. Well, I guess we'll need to figure out what withered seeds are. Oh, what's my passive? Every third hit of Seed Blast, so every 3 autos spawns a withering seed near the enemy. Okay, so then this will wake up those. This is a kind of Zyra deal. Summon a Venus Rex, stationary plant dealing high damage to nearby enemies. That's my ult. Scales off of ability power and attack damage. Auto scales off attack. This one scales off ability. Q. Alright, plants a lotus flower that grants armor to allies when it blooms into a withering seed. Huh. Weird. I would assume it would go the other direction, but oh well. And then fertile soil, patrons marks an area, awakening withered seeds and healing nearby enemies. Okay. Alright, let's try it out. I don't know how it's gonna go. I'm not particularly good, so let's see what these abilities look like real quick before I jump in there. Right, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we spawned that, and then maybe left shift. Okay, what about Q? Okay, so it spawns into that, and then I can turn it. Okay, so I guess when I cast it, at what point does it do? What point does it do the Withering Seed? Plants a lotus flower that grants armor to allies when it blooms into a Withering Seed. I guess it doesn't do anything, and then it grants armor. Okay. I guess, let's try it out. We'll see what happens. Oh, I should put on equipment, I guess. Alright, with us, and good. I don't know what to level up first with this one. Now I assume my offensive fertile soil. I've got 2 ways to turn my plants into actual, or my seeds into actual plants. One of them is the other one. I have 2 armor already, which I feel like I probably shouldn't be allowed to do. I feel like that's just because I used this ability when I was at home base. I feel like you shouldn't be allowed to keep armor that you got at home base, but maybe it's a different reason, who knows. I'll do Rose Flower. Should probably not do that until I've had a chance to auto more, right? I feel like I did not realize how long the cooldown on my right click was. It does create a lot of flowers once you actually do it. Now I assume we're going to want to be going mage on this one. Mage defense class. Offense chillers fires 2 chilling missiles. Offense deals 25 additional damage and chills enemies. Periodically shoot burning missiles out at nearby enemies. Do I go full chill? Reduces enemy speed by 40. Deals high damage over time, up to 7 stacks. Let's do these ones. We'll mix and match. I'll do ability power. Alright, now this time I can't use my offensive ability until I get more use out of this shit. Alright, so Q. Didn't even reach the other one. I should have known I was going to. I can see the range. It's alright. It's a very early fight, so it doesn't really matter. This is like a good time to learn how this shit works. Assassin and priest. I'm probably gonna go priest. That'll give me some opportunity. Well, they both will, I guess. Do we want to stack Fireball, Frost, Poison? Or do we want to have some way to heal? Something that feels generally good. On defense, create a small area where cooldowns recover 50% faster. I mean, honestly, that's probably... This guy's cooldowns seem long. At least that one cooldown, which is, I feel like, an important ability. Although this would give me a way to heal. Let's try out this one. I feel like I never take it. Let's try it out. And now I actually have a defensive ability, so that's good. Attack damage or health. Let's go attack damage. I still am autoing a lot. What is this, my area? What is this? Try your luck. I've never seen this before. This is probably tied to the upgrade I just got that creates, what's it called? Slot machines. The level I was telling about, like the mystery level. These are what the machines look like. These are kind of the slot machines. We're gonna go perk. Assassin or Druid? Druid seems pretty, like, locked in with what we're doing here. I like also create mines. Creates an area where stars fall on enemies after dash. Root 3 nearby enemies. So on kill, 20% chance to enrage. 10% attack speed. 10% speed, 10% attack damage per stack, up to 3 stacks. Like, for the rest of that fight? That seems pretty good. So dashing, rooting nearby enemies seems pretty good too. 10% speed, 10% attack damage. Dashing roots. Also, did I open this one over here already? I already forget. I didn't. I don't have a key. We're gonna do glitter and black coins. I don't actually have any black coins in my inventory, so I can't buy anything if I go to a shop here. We can do perk and glitter. I think we're always going to do perk plus something else if it gives me an option. So I should level up to... I can level up my ult now. Curiosity, can I do this? Is this like... Did it look like it was decreasing the cooldown of the shit? Ooh, we got a new perk. We can learn to use a scroll. Okay, yeah, we can get a druid or we can do warlock. I find it hard to ever pass up warlock just in case I get the defensive one that creates taunt because it's so fucking good. So we're gonna try it. Yeah, we're gonna do this one. Alright, now I don't know what to max first here. Just what does this bring the cooldown reduction to? It's like a second off. I think the duration on that needs to be longer. Cooldown goes down. Upgrade the base damage of attack. I'm gonna do my offensive. Double equipment or glitter. Let's do double equipment. I think we have enough glitter for everything we need, so pretty much just hurting for money now, I think. Have to remember, if I taunt, I need to move away from where I did the taunt, because all the enemies with like AoE abilities are going to be firing them right there. So if I taunt and then just stand there, it doesn't actually do any good for me. Alright, how much gold do I have? I have a little over 300 now. I actually could go to the shop if I wanted. I might hold off though. Just go to the perk instead. They have a bunch of perks that are at like level 1, so I'm close to some spikes here. When you go from elite levels to non-elite levels. The real power differential. Alright, we can get a priest level up here. Attack has 25% chance, so we can do this one. We wanted it, but we didn't get it, but now we can. So we got duo perks available. We can also gamble. Let's try our luck. Winner! Again, I've never lost on this. I assume maybe it's just like the value of the prize you get is the thing that changes, right? Like, you win a shitty prize. I don't know how it works. Alright, we got this guy again. Alright, what's the next level? I'm lucky enough to get a heal level after this. We are not. It is a smuggle level, which is bad, but we also have 2 bandages. Okay, so we can get a rare priest and extra fire damage. We can get an epic mage and lightning damage, or we can get a rare priest and attack damage. I mean, I want this one, right? Because we know the smuggler's next. We don't know that there's not another healing room after the smuggler. And I can bandage if there's not. Alright, see what we get. Ultimate creates a holy blizzard that chills enemies and blesses allies. I mean, that sounds pretty fucking cool. What? yeah, do I have the passive that just, like, randomly shoots shit around me at all times? Oh yeah, periodically shoot burning missiles. Nice. Alright, let's pass some shit back. You know what? I'm gonna pass this back, because I definitely don't want to lose it. Let's do a full one back. 583, sure. And then 700. And 700. It's actually worth more. Let's just hold on to this then. And these are not worth enough. Alright, good. Alright, what's next? Heal? No, a mini boss. Alright, let's use some bandages then. We can move some things up here. Alright, let's do the mini boss. We're never gonna pass up a mini boss, no matter how bad we are. Maybe the ult would be the epicenter of the blizzard. It seems like it would make more sense. Otherwise I have to like really get in there. Not necessarily want to do it. I got some true healing. Alright, I'll do that. Glitter and scrap, or just scrap? Well, I mean, I guess we can do glitter and scrap. You're gonna give me more. Agree to disagree. And I keep trying to like buffer my abilities in a way that the game does not let me do. Like, let me right click and then dash, and then I keep expecting it to work kind of like a Caitlyn, you know, Q-net, and it does not. It is not designed that way. Treasure chest here. I didn't take many injury damage, that's good at least. Let's do this. 150 to try my luck. I mean, we gotta try my luck, right? Winner. Okay, epic dash increases speed for 25 seconds for 3 seconds. That was pretty good. And we can get a druid now too. Unkill, 20% chance. We got this one again. Periodically root an enemy. And we got the thing that creates stars on enemies to do damage. Which I might do again, just... I wasn't paying attention necessarily to how well this synergized with the thing that creates the taunt, but it seems like it should work that way, right? Okay, so we've got 3 of these now. So we're 1 away from a perk increase on all 4 of these. So whatever our next perk is, we're in a pretty good spot. Loot shop here. We can definitely get a perk upgrade on the shop, right? All 200s. We got priest. Gain 1 special charge. Those are my Qs. That might be good actually. That's like double the armor. Yeah, why not? Price is right. Let's do it. And then the upgrade when in combat, every time you bless, permanently increases blessed attacks by 1%. That seems pretty good. At this point in the dungeon, I don't know how very useful it is. If like the full game were released and there were going to be like a lot more floors, definitely that would be crazy good right now. But now it's just kind of, it's all right. Let's see, what is the most expensive stuff here? 400. What about you? 962. This seems... Alright, Staff of the Brawler. What is this? 22.6 ability power. That's more. 17 health. That's more. Attack damage. Ultimate cooldown. With the exception of ultimate cooldown, it's better in every way. And it's got offensive cooldown up, which seems great. But that's just an overall upgrade. I can move some of these things up here. 350. Perfect. Let's get out of here. Stronger now. And a mini boss. Ooh, do I have a mini boss or perk? Kinda don't need black coin or scrap. I think it gives me more experience. I would hope so at least, but this one should have 2 charges, right? Enemy alive over there? I guess do this now that we get 2 charges on it. There's probably value in leveling that up. Oh no, it's just an NPC whistling. Confused me. Guardian or Monk? Let's do Guardian. 20% chance to throw 1 stunning hammer. Everyone gains 2 armor and entering a new stage. Let's go the armor route. Do I have any keys? I do not have any keys. Are these active after I win? No, okay. Good to know. Alright, that also did not give me a key. Sometimes they'll be keys. True healing or health? What is my overall health? Can I actually see that? Like if I didn't have... okay, max health 32.5. Okay, so that's like 40 injury damage I've taken. I don't think this will give me plus 40 health. I think plus 30 would be lucky. So I think true healing gives me more benefit here. So if I had to guess, I think the boss room is either next or real close. Like we're at stage 19. Pretty sure the boss is stage 20. Nope, I'm wrong. Just wrong about everything. Let's do Super Elite. And then probably the boss right after that. Who knows? I should probably pay attention to what level the boss is at, huh? Injury on that one, which isn't great, especially because it was all very avoidable. That was just me being a dumbass. I have no way to heal it, which means if this is the boss, which yeah, I thought it might be. No treasure chests in here, right? Couldn't be that lucky. All right. We're gonna give this a shot. I don't know if I hope. I think I might be cooked on this one, but that's right. We don't have a lot of gear here. We can throw pretty much everything back to the base. Honestly, this is worth less than everything in my inventory right now. You know what? I don't really care about that. Kind of room for everything up here, huh? Which I don't really need. So even if I lose here, I'm not actually losing anything, which doesn't feel too bad. Alright, how useful my zone of controls here be? winnable. Which is good to know, because I wasn't sure how... They seem like a more defensive kind of class. I wasn't sure how they would do on solo. Definitely winnable on solo if you don't suck. But therein lies my problem. All right. Well, that is the Raiders of Blackveil. Like I said, the demo's free on Steam right now. So, I mean, highly recommend checking it out if it seemed at all up your alley.